Hi guys, today we're going to talk about place value of three-digit numbers again, but today we're going to be using a tool called an abacus. This thing here is what we call an abacus. We'll look at that a little later on. First, let's revise some place value with three-digit numbers. This is the number 234. Let's refresh our memory about the place value of each of those digits in the number 234. Let's look at the number 3. What is the value of the 3 in this number? Let's think about its position. It's in the second column, which we call the tens column. So its value is 30. Let's try another one. Let's look at the value of the 2 in this number. Remember, let's think about its position. It's in the hundreds column. So its value, it's not 2, it's not 20, its value is 200. So what do you think the value of the 4 is in this number? Look at its position. What do we call this column? We call it the ones column. So its value is just 4. Let's have a look at another number. This is the number 565. Okay, let's consider the value of the number 5, but in this position here. What column is it in? It's in the ones column. So its value is 5. But let's have a look at this 5 over here. It's in a different column. Do you know what its value is? Remember, we call this column the hundreds column. Its value, that's right, is 500. Let's have a look at one more number. Okay, this is interesting. It's 888. The digits are all the same, but their value is very different because they're all in different positions. This one here is in the hundreds column, so its value is 800. This one here is in the ones column, so its value is just 8. And this one in the middle here is in what we call the tens column, so its value is 80. The same digit, but in a different position, has a different value. Okay, now let's have a look at three-digit numbers using an abacus. This is our abacus here. Abacuses are used to help with counting. This one that we're looking at today has a place for hundreds, a place for tens, and a place for ones. And what will happen is it will have different amount of beads in each column to show you a particular number. So if we look at this number here, there are 2 beads in the hundreds column, which would mean that there are 200. But there is also 1 bead there in the tens column, which would mean 10. So the number altogether is 210. Let's keep going. Let's take a look at this abacus here and figure out what three-digit number it is showing us. Let's start in the hundreds column and count how many beads are in the hundreds column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means it's not 5, it's 500. So in the hundreds column we would see the number 5. Okay, now let's move across to the tens. How many are there? 1, 2. So it's not 2, because it's in the tens column, it's 20. So far we have 500. We have 520 more. So we would put a 2 there. And then let's move across to the ones column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 there. It's in the ones column, so its value is just 5. So now we have 520 and 5. So our number is 525. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, this one looks a little bit different. Again, we're starting the hundreds column. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that doesn't mean that we have 4, we have 400. So we would write a 4 in the hundreds column. Now let's move across to the tens column. There's nothing here. So that means we have 0 tens. So we would put a 0 in that column. We move across to the ones column. We have 1, 2, 3. It's in the ones column, so that means its value is 3. It's not 30, it's 3. So our number that this abacus is showing is 403. It's really important that we put this 0 in here, otherwise it would not be showing 403. Here's another one. Let's have a go again. All right, starting in the hundreds column, we've got 1, 2, 3. How many hundreds do we have? We have 3, so that means its value is 300. Move across to the next column. How many tens? 1. 1 10. The value of that, though, is 10. Let's move across to the next column, the ones column. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ones. So we have 310 and 4 ones, which makes it 314. I want you to pause it here and have a look at this one. I want you to get a piece of paper and write down what 3-digit number this abacus is showing. How did you go? All right, let's do it together to check your answer. We start in the hundreds column. Let's count the beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means because it's in the hundreds column, we have 600. Not 6 or 60, but 600. Let's move across to the tens. 1, 2, 2 tens. Remember the value of that number, because it's in the tens column, is not 2, it's 20. Oh, let's have a look in the ones column. There's nothing there. We don't just leave it blank. We have to put something down, because otherwise the number would look like 62. So we would put a 0 in there to make sure we've written the number correctly. 620. Okay, this time you can see we have a number down here. That's the number we need to make. Here are our beads over here. Let's build the number 482 using an abacus. All right, now let's start at the hundreds again. It says that there's 482. How many beads do you think I'm going to put on the hundreds? That's right, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, that doesn't mean that there's only 4, that means that there's 400. As if we were counting in hundreds, we would say 100, 200, 300, 400. Okay, let's move across now. Okay, then it's telling us that there are 8 tens. So let's count them as we put them on. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, move across now to the ones column. It's telling us that there are 2 ones. Let's count them as we put them on. 1, 2. So that abacus is now showing the number 482. Here's another one. This time it's asking us to make the number 870. I want you to pause it here, and I want you to draw an abacus on your paper showing the number 870. Okay, let's check your answer. Let's start with the hundreds. It says that there are 800. Okay, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. Okay, how many tens have I got? Let's have a look. In the tens column it says there's a 7 there. You see that 7 there? So that means we need to put 7 beads in the tens column. Let's count as we do it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, that abacus is showing the number 870. Does that match yours? I'll give you a moment to check. Okay, here's a quick chance to review what you've learnt. Have a look at these 2 abacuses here. I want you to pause it and write down what 3-digit numbers those 2 abacuses are showing, and then check your answers. Let's see how you went. Okay, let's have a look at this first one here. Okay, I'm starting in the hundreds column. I can see that there are 2 hundreds. There is nothing in the tens column, but I don't leave it blank. I have to put the digit 0 in there. Okay, and in the ones column, I can see that there is 1. So the number that it's showing is 201. Let's move across to the next abacus, this one here. Okay, starting in the hundreds column, I can see that there are 3 hundreds. So I'd write the number 3. I can see in the tens column, I move across, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the ones column, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. That's the number 344. Now, let's revise our understanding of the value of these digits in these numbers. All right, can you tell me what is the value of the 2 in 201? Yes, it's 200. Okay, what is the value of the 4 in 3 that I've circled in 344? Remember, it's the one that I've circled. Yes, it's 40 because it's in the tens column. If I circled this 4, what would its value be? That's right, it would just be 4 because it's in the ones column. Well done.